No warnings? Now that's
wow.
not okay.
Yeah, well.
And here's Pat Murphy coming out. There's no way you can eject him after one hit batter.
He's going to lose his mind here. If he threw him out, I mean, that is really bad.
And Pat Murphy just got tossed. I can understand a warning, fine, I get that. But to have an ejection of a starting pitcher after just one hit batter on a 3-0 pitch, that seems excessive. Chris Guccione going right back at Pat Murphy.
Back at him. Yeah, that's good too. Have your home plate umpire. Yikes. How about Guccione? Voice of reason.
Yeah, he's going right back at him.
And I'll tell you, the Brewers' bad luck with umpiring continues.
That's 3 straight days.
3 straight days where the Brewers have been on the bad end of an umpiring decision. And I cannot believe that Chris Guccione.
It's still a dropped catch too, but again, it's something you cannot review.
Interference on Bowers though, and they're going to send Frelick back. That's what they're calling. That's why they called him out. But the ball was by him. The ball was by him before he hit him on top of the head.
Pat Murphy gets ejected for the first time. And Ricky Weeks trying to restrain him.
That's just an incidental contact. That's just bad call. They're going to call interference on Bowers. He's out. Then you have to send Frelick back to third base.
Yeah, no matter what, as soon as contact is made, the play is dead. Bad break after bad break for the Brewers tonight.
Yeah, I mean,
first ejection for.
And this is not a reviewable play either. We saw his foot clearly inside that running path. But nonetheless, when the fielder, as you mentioned, Vinny, is in pursuit, you cannot change your direction. And now Pat Murphy is going to get some reinforcement to avoid the tag. And Pat Murphy has earned the ejection.
Game in the top of the 5th right here, as Pat Murphy's still looking for an explanation from Brian O'Nora.
And I think more of it is, why do you think that why is he tossing me?
Right.
And reading the lips there. 3rd ejection this year for Pat Murphy. You can see Pat, why did you do that? Editing slightly.
Yeah, Ricky Weeks is going to take over this ball game as manager of the Brewers.
No doubt it has to do with the strike ball calling of Brian Gorman last night, and it's Gorman with his back to you in that scene, and the bench coach Pat Murphy brought the lineup out and was ejected, arguing balls and strikes from last night.
I think that thing might have almost been scripted. He wanted a piece of Brian Gorman there. You saw Adrian Johnson give him the heave hole. I got kicked out.
man, they're not calling any of them.
Man, Pat Murphy is fit to be tied.
Yeah.
And Pat Murphy just got tossed by Jim Wolf. Chris Hook is coming out to chat with Uribe. Jim Wolf said get back in the dugout.
Murphy was mad about the non-call on Bryce Harper. And in a situation like this, close game in the 9th.
Just his 2nd ejection of the year for Pat Murphy.
And Murph had enough.
some lips there from Pat Murphy saying he's wrong. And Alan Porter is going to come and break this thing up. So 2 walks in the inning. It certainly looked as if Real Muto had gone far enough, and now Alan Porter and Pat Murphy.
Now Alan Porter's getting all worked up.
Yeah, he is. Now Ricky Weeks is trying to get in between. Ricky, the acting manager now.
Jim Wolf said, let's go.
Pat Murphy has had enough, in his view. He's been thrown out of the game. But he continues the conversation nonetheless. 6th time that
he's upset. I don't think as much as the umpire. Something would happen in this game on the other side. He keeps pointing to the St. Louis dugout saying, that's wrong. That's awful. That's wrong. Not sure what it was, but something's got him extremely angry.
So you don't think it's just balls and strikes?
Well, that probably set his mood. And maybe something more.
5th time, or 4th time, I should say, that Murphy has been ejected this year.
Strike zone moved around a little bit.
Home plate umpire Tony Randazzo is giving it right back to Pat Murphy.
There you go.
So that's enough.
And he's gone. And now Pat Murphy going to get his money's worth with the home plate umpire Tony Randazzo. And the crowd here at Petco enjoying this one. This will be Murph's first ejection as a big league skipper.
You wonder if this is pent-up frustration for Pat Murphy.
Also, I think it might be sticking up for his pitcher, Ian Kennedy, because some of the calls that Holmberg has been getting.
I agree, and I love the emotion. I love the protection part of it.
Yeah, at one point heard Randazzo say before he ejected Murphy, he's been all over the place tonight talking about Kennedy. And to me, that's not something that matters. A strike is a strike, a ball is a ball.
Exactly.
Whether he's been consistent or not as the umpire, it's your job to be consistent. And a season high 5 walks for Ian Kennedy tonight, and a couple of them certainly on borderline pitches as the frustration boils over for Pat Murphy, who's going to get a nice hand from the fans and the dugout.
Yeah.
Pat Murphy asking, what'd you throw him out for? So presumably he is not the one who has been tossed, although he may get tossed. Maybe Pat Murphy was the one who got ejected.
Yeah, as soon as that pitch was called, I heard something from the field mics, even from the dugout there. Marquez immediately looked to the dugout, took off his mask, and then give the old heave-ho.
Yeah, so it was Pat Murphy who was tossed from the dugout. Now continuing the conversation with the home plate umpire as full count 3-2. 5th time that Murph has been ejected. Since taking over this season.
Check swing, and Pat Murphy can't believe it. Well, he's not going to ask the first base umpire. That's the problem. As a plate umpire, he's going to decide himself.
Quite frankly, I thought he went.
And you always do.
I mean, here's my argument on the whole thing. An umpire's got so much to watch, the pitch, so why not ask for help?
That's the 14th strikeout for Bumgarner. Murphy's about to get his first heave-ho here.
Oh, he got heave-ho already.
Oh, he's already gone. Okay. Well, he's going to get his money's worth. You can see Colbert saying, I'm in charge here, I'm calling it. But I think it's a general argument all around baseball that when you have men with better angles at first and third to make that call, why not use them? If are you that sure that he went around? I mean, it's very close. How could he be sure?
Dick, I totally man who's got the better angle, and Field and Colbert is telling him to get back, and you're gone.
I think he just tossed Pat Murphy.
This plate umpire has not had a good night. I mean, he's been inconsistent on his ball strikes. Oh, he's pointing out at Harper in center field. That's why he continues to point out there.
There it is. Got to go. Pat's getting his money's worth, and I don't blame him at all.
He's getting down in the crowd so he can look up into his eyes.
And the crew chief, Hunter Wendelstedt, trying to step in.
I'm sure that Murphy's reminding him, you've got 4 of you guys out there, and not one of you saw that when everyone else in this side of the field saw it. They even saw it way up here.
That's the problem I have. I mean, get together. And if all of them didn't see it, you have to deal with that. Got to remember, fans, this is about wins and losses. And for Pat Murphy, every single game indicates how important this is. And I love this passion. He should. Because right now it's a 4-3 ball game. But unfortunately, with the grand slam, it's 8-3.